So welcome to the final lesson. Let's review some of the key concepts of interfaith cooperation and interfaith leadership. Number one, the importance of vision, having a sense of where we're going with this work, what kind of society interfaith cooperation will lead us to. Number two, the knowledge base of interfaith leadership. We talked about the importance of developing an appreciative knowledge for other religious traditions, for having a sense of the history of interfaith cooperation, and for nurturing a theology or an ethic of interfaith cooperation. We also went through the key skills for interfaith leadership, skills that will help you motivate others to get involved in interfaith work, that will nurture positive relationships between people who orient around religion differently, and that will create opportunities for cooperative action. The additional concepts we looked at includes the distinction between diversity and pluralism. We define diversity as simply the fact of people with different identities in close quarters. Diversity doesn't mean something good necessarily, it's just a demographic reality. We defined pluralism as an achievement, the positive and proactive engagement of diversity towards an end where people with different identities respect one another, develop relationships between their identities and communities, and cultivate a commitment to the common good. We also looked at the importance of a concept called social capital, which we can understand as the building blocks of civic health in a diverse society. Finally, we looked at something we call the interfaith triangle, the way that relationships, attitudes, and knowledge are all linked when it comes to the engagement of religious diversity. We demonstrated all of this by presenting you with real-world examples of interfaith leaders, people that I find inspiring, and I hope that you did as well. How do we put all of this together? The vision, the knowledge base, the skill set, the concepts like social capital and pluralism. Now, how do we know when it's working? Well, in this next and final lesson, we're going to highlight for you key strategies and approaches for putting the vision, knowledge base, and skill set of interfaith leadership into action. And we're going to connect these to what we call the 5 civic goods of pluralism. Really, the concrete fruit of effective interfaith leadership. What are these 5 civic goods? Number 1 is a decrease in prejudice and an increase in understanding. Number 2 is a strengthening of social cohesion. Number 3, the bridging of social capital. Number 4, the affirmation of identity communities and the continuity of their work. And number 5, the binding narratives that are required in a diverse society. We believe that as you develop in your interfaith vision, knowledge, and skills, and you put that vision, knowledge, and skills into action, you will help our society achieve these 5 concrete civic goods, the kind of civic goods that define health in a religiously diverse democracy.